Welcome to the Fantasy Football House. Guys, are we excited? How are we feeling? We're getting closer and closer to the season.
I mean, yeah, we're excited. You know, gotta love actually being able to watch football and not just think about it.
Drafting is the best time of year. So, yes, I've already got one draft in the books, 4 more to go.
Well, this is definitely a fantasy football podcast or YouTube channel here for the NFL, but college football tonight on TV, guys. So there's some kind of scratch a little bit of the itch there for some. I'm sitting here just to throw around the names here. My name's Josh. We got Dustin here to my right.
Hello.
And then to his right is Craig Mack.
What up?
We've had like a little running theme these last couple episodes where we've got into Kevin Costner movies for some reason. I don't know how we keep going down these. Craig hates Waterworld but loves Draft Day. So that kind of inspired me to ask everybody. I just needed to know just real quick, what is everybody's favorite movie of all time? Dustin, you first.
Ooh, favorite movie of all time.
I'll go. Tombstone.
Damn it, that was mine.
I've been really liking and watching Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Okay, I've never seen it.
It's funny.
Have you seen Tombstone?
My dad used to watch it.
Goodness. It'll change your life, sir.
Josh, what about you? Favorite movie?
Oh, yeah, no, I was going to go Tombstone. That was, but, you know, for the sake of, keeping it different, switching it up, I think there was enough room for 2 on that piece of, piece of debris. And she just made Jack stay in the water. Isn't that messed up? Titanic, man, classic.
It is a classic.
Don't let go, Jack.
Did you guys hear Did you guys hear the fan theory about the Titanic?
No.
So the owner of the Titanic was having like insurance issues. So there was like an Olympic or something that was exactly replica of the Titanic, and the theory is they switched boats and sank the Olympica or whatever. So
is this like the same theory of the people that we didn't land on the moon, 9/11 didn't happen?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, the Earth is flat.
Flamingos can't fly.
Yeah. Just kidding.
Flamingos can fly.
What?
Alrighty, guys. Well, we got a jam-packed episode today. We got some up-to-date news. A lot of news happened this week, and then we got a mock draft 2.0 we're going to run out here. So we'll jump straight into the news here. We'll start off with Travis Etienne of the Jaguars. The first-round pick out for the season. How high are we moving up James Robinson now on our draft boards, guys? And we might see where he goes today, or we will see where he goes today.
I mean, he's got to be up there.
4th round.
Yeah. He's got to be up there. Rookie quarterback. They're going to be running the ball with Etienne or not. So
I know it's just preseason. I saw Trevor Lawrence running around for his life, so I don't know if the line is going to be that great. I mean, and then you got the rookie QB. The situation just kind of up in the air with that still. Like, you got to let him get his feet wet. So I would say 4th would probably be like the highest I would swing. I'd still want to try to get him in the 5th if possible, but I mean, at that point, getting a good quality 3-down back in the 5th round is you're getting pretty lucky.
absolutely.
Again, put him in a tier, y'all, right? It's Chris Carson, Montgomery, James Robinson. That's the tier for me. I would just have him in a tier.
Alrighty. Well, second topic here of the news, DeAndre Swift might not be ready for week 1. How do we feel about the offense and the Swift's ADP drop with that news? This is coach speak here. This was the head coach coming out and saying this just a few days ago. Right now, Craig, he's going where, real quick? He's going
approximately
first
30.
Yeah. He's going in the first 3 rounds at the latest 4th round.
Yeah, if it's mid 3rd round and maybe early 4th, but in our draft, I think he went 24th overall in our draft, and that was just last Saturday, a week ago.
Real heavy on running backs in that draft. Yeah. Dustin, you think he falls at all, or it's just 1 week, hopefully? So
right, that's what I mean. My mind is if you're drafting DeAndre Swift, you're not really drafting him for week 1. You got him for the rest of the season. You got him for technically an extra game this season, so he's really just playing a regular season.
I mean, for me, I'd bump it back 1 round. I'd rather try to get him in that late 3rd, early 4th round if possible, because I was already on the fence about the whole situation there with the Lions. Like, I don't feel like, where he's going to get his value hopefully is in PPR, but Jamal Williams is there. It's going to cut in that. So, we talked about that on previous episodes, but
Robinson or Swift?
He went 2nd round.
In ours?
Yeah.
24.
I would go Swift still.
Swift, especially in a PPR. I think he has more upside.
Swift's like, I'll be your Huckleberry. Tombstone, guys. Check it out. Now the big news, the one that just dropped, Wednesday morning, early morning. So early that I was the guy that scooped up this guy in our league right away. The big trade of the week. Sony Michel to the Rams. How does this affect D. Henderson? And also, what is the new value for Mr. Harris for New England? Craig, you want to kick it around here?
I think Harris and New England's offense moves up without Sony lurking. But they've still got Stevenson.
The big rookie that's been showing up in the preseason.
Ramondre.
Yeah.
So without Harris being able to catch the ball because James White, he doesn't move up a great deal for me. And initially for Darrell Henderson, you don't want too many cooks in the kitchen, but I think they gave up a 5th and a 6th round for Sony. So I think it sounds, just looking at that, it sounds like they're doing it more for depth. If you look at who was behind Henderson, awesome. Great to have these young guys making the team and contributing, but you can't feel good about your running back room behind Henderson when he was technically already your number 2 to start. So I understand why they brought Sony in. I think Henderson for me is still going to be, I got him in the 4th round, I think. So I think if you can still get Henderson in the 4th, you're doing fine. If he falls later because of this news, I still scoop him up.
Absolutely. He's injured now. It's just a hand.
He's back at practice.
Yeah.
And it was a thumb. Not even the whole hand.
I think, it doesn't really change stuff. Nobody knows what's going on with New England's running game. So I don't think it's really changing that much. It's good for Michel to get out of there. So
that's true.
I think Sonny Michel is going to benefit probably the most. But yeah, we all have Rams running backs, so.
Yeah, we got the trio here. Each one of us has Ram running back, so that's going to be interesting throughout the season how that shakes out, or if there's some trades that happen between us. But yeah, I think Sony Michel's value, now he's draftable.
Absolutely.
You should pick him up where we were getting Harris at in drafts, and now Harris jumps up a round or 2. And then
Damian Harris was in like the 7, 8, 9 range.
Yeah.
No.
9th round.
No.
9th round for Sony.
No.
The stats, the current stats right now have it as a 50-50 split between Henderson and Sony. You have to go with what the projections are right now, and that's what they're saying. Like, so you're taking a coin flip, so you're still willing to take Henderson in the 4th round. I'll just take the shot at Sony in the 9th round, and then it's the same chance I have of him becoming the starter. They're both injury prone, by the way, too. So you might see Dustin's guy show up. What's his name?
Jake Funk.
Yep.
Yeah. Or no, isn't it Xavier Jones there too, or something like that? It's the other. So no, this all could be minute after a couple weeks.
You can't have just one. You're going to need multiple.
Yeah.
And it's something you should probably try to avoid at all costs unless you're going with a 0 running back or something like a 0 running back draft.
It's definitely going to be a running back by committee for a while until they figure out who the guy is.
Burns a little bit if you already drafted and you took Henderson higher in your draft. If you got him in the 4th like Craig, that's not so bad. And then same thing the opposite, if you got Harris super late in your draft, got to be feeling pretty good after you heard that news.
Yep.
Well, guys, as Dustin will get us set up here and get us into randomizing our draft pick for this mock draft we have going on, it's going to be a 12-man full-point PPR, and we're all going to share a team, guys. Let's see how we work together as a team, as we're picking a team. And we'll decide who we want to take. But real quick, Craig's going to throw us out a sponsor here, Hooked Up Outfitters.
It's a fishing guide service, guys. If you're into fishing, if you're in the South Texas area, more specifically Corpus Christi, Aransas Pass, Rockport, Hooked Up Outfitters. He's going to put you on the reds, the trout. Captain Pat Tabor. He's a heck of a guy. He's funny as all heck. But yeah, definitely if it's friends, family, significant others, if it's a birthday present, special occasion, don't even need an occasion. Just get outdoors and have fun catching some fish. Look them up. Facebook, Instagram, Hooked Up Outfitters.
Yeah, that was our word from our sponsors there, Hooked Up Outfitters, guys. Go check them out on Facebook. It's now that time, guys. We're jumping in to this full-point PPR, and Dustin has randomized the draft order here, and we have fallen in the lucky number 7 spot.
Can't ask for a better pick right there.
Nope.
So he's going to get this draft started here. We'll run through some of the first couple rounds, and then we'll highlight some of the guys, of course, when it comes to our turn, who we're thinking of. Dustin, fire away. We got Dalvin Cook, Kamara, McCaffrey, Barkley, Henry, Nick Chubb, and so that puts us on us, guys. Craig, who's the guy you're thinking of right now?
All three of us are thinking the same name right here.
All right, Dustin, say your name then.
Elliott.
I think it's Zeke for me too. Zeke or Aaron Jones for me.
Right, I was gonna say, let's say Saquon falls out of this first 6 and Zeke goes at 4, and then we would go Aaron Jones at 7. I think all three of us would agree there too.
Yeah.
So what we got 2 out of the 3 here for sure for Zeke, and I was kind of leaning Jones, but yeah, we can go Zeke. Zeke for the first pick, guys. Taylor goes right after that. Then the first tight end, Travis Kelce, and then for full point PPR, the first wide receiver goes at 10. Yeah. Devontae Adams, Tyreek Hill, Stephon Diggs. Swings to start the second round. Austin Eckler, DK Metcalf, Aaron Jones, man, made it all the way back to there, man. That's nice. Then Harris, then the first QB, Patrick Mahomes, and now it's back to us, guys. What are we thinking here, guys? Are we thinking running back? Are we thinking wide receiver?
Normally, I would running back if I had the opportunity. With the tier base, I just don't feel that there's a second.
I think there's one running back that I might pull the trigger on.
My running back here that I would think, if Dustin, you want to pull up the tab of all the running backs real quick just so we can show everybody what we're kind of looking at. My guy would be Gibson here if we went running back.
Yeah.
Are y'all into that same? Is that the guy you're thinking of too, Craig? Or?
Well, then okay, so we like Mixon, we like Gibson.
What's our wide receiver options?
Right. The next pick is going to be 31.
Right.
So I think we can pull this off at 31 and get a pretty nice wide receiver to start at the 1 for us if we chose to go running back.
So if we commit here and we go running back, guys, just to give you some perspective, like that's pretty much got to lock in your running backs. This is a full point PPR league. Like we need to get some wide receivers. So
DeAndre Hopkins, Calvin Ridley, Joe Mixon, Antonio Gibson. There's so many names right here.
Well, guys, what's going to be I'll vote, even though I love D-Hop, I'll go with the running back start, and I'll go
Right,
with,
running backs
Gibson.
at 31. Running backs at 31.
Yeah. We don't want the
Carson
running backs.
maybe, Montgomery maybe. Daryl Henderson would be somebody we'd be looking at. So,
Blah.
right. So let's go. I think it's running
Yeah.
back here.
Yeah, we'll take Gibson, and we'll see what we get left for us here. Gibson is our pick. D-Hop does go next.
Yeah.
And then Joe Mixon, CEH, A.J. Brown, Justin Jefferson, J.K. Dobbins. Guys, you want to keep running through the names real quick for our pick? Dustin, you want to finish
Dobbins, we got Ridley, we got the second tight end, Kittle, Keenan Allen, Darren Waller, Josh Jacobs, DeAndre Swift, who we just talked about, and then it is us.
And guys, I was going to say this too. If one of those top 3 tight ends got back to us, I was going to be willing to put my vote out there for that.
Right.
Let's make that top 3 tight end one of our guys, and that would technically be our wide receiver 1. But here we are sitting here. What are we thinking, guys? I think we got to go wide receiver, correct?
Right.
Yes, Dustin, just click on running back real quick. I'm just curious. So Miles Sanders, Chris Carson, David Montgomery, Daryl Henderson. So
we made the right choice.
Yeah, we definitely did well with Gibson. Wide receiver's kind of hard here, fellas. There's a lot of players here. There's still a lot of good options. I think our next pick is 31, and then we're gonna be 42.
If you guys value somebody,
42.
if you guys value CeeDee Lamb really a lot right now, and you think he's going to finish as that top 5 guy, which he has every potential to, I think you have to take him here. Because he's not going to make it back if you were in our position right now. I'm not saying that's my pick for right now, but I mean, if you really loved him and you want him to be your RB or your,
You'd have to take him right now.
your wide receiver 1, you had to take him right now.
I mean, really, any of these guys, Mike Evans, Amari Cooper, it's tough to say they'd make it back.
I still think there's one breakout guy that's still left, and that's Terry McLaurin, other than CeeDee Lamb, just so we don't reach too much, because there is potential CeeDee could fall back to us.
Right. We take the best player in hopes that we get another one on the next pick.
Now,
Right.
Dustin, if you don't mind pausing it real quick, I will point this out, though, and see how y'all feel about this, guys. And this would be a good thing for the fans to kind of get our perspective on, too. If we took Terry McLaurin right now, we would then have 2 Redskins on our team. We'd have their number 1 running back and their number 1 wide receiver. I mean, we're putting a lot of stock in the Redskins. How do y'all feel about that in situations during drafts?
I typically try to avoid it, especially since you're looking at your second and third round picks. Like those are high volume players for your lineup. So to go into a matchup without your RB2 and your wide receiver 1, that's not good. But in this particular case, I think that Washington defense is solid, and I think Rivera and the OC Turner, I think they've got a lot of good things happening on the offensive side of the ball. So
I agree. They're moving on the right direction, and like you were saying, I don't know. Either way we went, you were talking CeeDee Lamb. We're gonna have our number 1.
Good point.
You got the same bye weeks.
I like Dallas's offense better, though.
oh yeah. Hey, well, I'm curious. So it's a McLaurin for you, right?
I think so, yeah. McLaurin. I mean, because I would stick with my base tier and
I got
my
one other
best
guy.
player available. Okay, well, who's your other guy?
Dustin, who are you going with?
I would go Scary Terry or Mike Evans.
That's who Craig was going to go with? Mike Evans?
No.
No?
Mike Evans has Godwin, a run game.
Howard back,
Antonio Brown.
Grunt.
Like, I like getting a part of that offense, but just a little bit later in the draft. No, I think Allen Robinson's in a contract year. And if Andy Dalton knows what's good for him, it's going to over-target Allen Robinson.
I don't think Andy Dalton's problem is he knows what's good for him. I think it's just he's lost what's good for him.
I don't know if Andy Dalton was ever much better than what he currently is right now. And we were just before the show talking about having a capable quarterback, and we know that AJ Green has had success with Andy Dalton. So I'm not saying F1's not the option. I'm just saying Allen Robinson or F1. That's my opinion. That's my tier. Those two guys. I technically have Robinson and F1 just pretty much neck and neck, man. I don't think you can go wrong with either pick.
Why don't we run with Robinson here, guys? Just so we look and see how our team fills out when we don't.
Who's got the higher rank? Oh, they're back to back.
Yeah, we'll run Robinson here. We'll pause the draft here, and we'll go Allen Robinson.
I'm gonna make the pick because I don't know. Oh, it won't let me.
Yeah, so there we go. Allen Robinson. It's official. Craig, you want to round us out after Allen Robinson?
Oh, his teammate in Chicago goes David Montgomery at 32, and then Chris Carson. Man, those two guys are in a tier. McLaurin makes it to the 310. Mike Evans, Miles Sanders, and our quarterback run. So our second, third, and fourth QBs are off the board. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray. Julio Jones at the 4-4. Wow.
Kyle Pitts
at 4-5, and it's back to us on the clock.
Oh, baby. We hit the jackpot.
In the fourth round. Thank you for that quarterback run.
Money. This is an easy one, I think, guys. This is what they call in the biz a layup.
Yes. Yes.
We're all thinking the same.
I would love a QB, but you can't pass up top 5, if not first overall potential there. Not with Allen Robinson too. Hey, we made a very safe pick in Allen Robinson. He's going to be a top 15 wide receiver.
Right.
No, I think that worked out really, really well what we did there, and we won't run through. We'll highlight some of the last couple picks here. Mark Andrews came off the board in that same round. We picked CeeDee Lamb, and then you see Robert Woods there.
Kareem Hunt in the 5th is.
That's where I took him at in one of my drafts. So. Pretty solid for my draft, full point PPR league, and I got Kareem Hunt there. I had to take him, I felt like, because I had Nick Chubb, but
oh my goodness, do y'all see what I see?
It's back on us again. What do you see? Do you see what I
see? The 5th QB, which is probably my 6th QB. We've got a shot at Prescott in the 5th round.
Well, if we want to go QB in the 5th round, yes, we would have that shot there. Dustin, what are you leaning here? We got 2 running backs so far. We got 2 wide receivers, full point PPR league. What are you thinking?
I mean, I would usually do a flex just for the fact that it's going to bring more value than a quarterback, but it is something we're going to have to agree on.
What's show our running back depth that we currently have left to pick from?
Yeah, running backs. I don't know if there's
James Robinson there, guys. We got Chase Edmonds, who I'm a big fan of.
Mozart, I know. Craig likes.
But I don't know. Maybe this might be a little bit too early. You'd hope to get Raheem in the 6th. And then you have to turn around and pair him with Trey Sermon, too. So you're committing to almost 2 picks in one.
We're at pick 42 right now, 42nd overall pick. So I think Prescott might be a little too early there too.
Yeah, I think maybe with the injury and stuff, maybe
tight end?
We'll hope that he slips to us. Hawkinson, I think, is the best tight end available right now.
Oh, I think there's. Oh, yeah. No, there isn't.
Yeah, we miss Mark Andrews. I think if Mark would have been there on the comeback, now I think we got to wait tight end unless y'all think different. I mean.
Nah, I don't want to spend a 42nd pick on.
So are we swinging for, see what wide receivers are here? Maybe we go.
Yeah, wide receiver.
3 wide.
Oh, goodness.
Tyler Lockett. Always a fan favorite, Devontae Smith. Maybe a little early on my boy Devontae, my guy. Dustin, what do you think here with wide receiver?
I'm liking a lot of them.
Yeah, but at pick 42,
it's
a little early, man.
Yeah, right.
So you're leaning no wide receiver here, Craig?
As far as tiers, Lockett is the last guy if he were in a tier for me, and I'm not even really that big on Lockett. I love the upside. I love the offense. I love Russ Wilson, but we go to 55 after this. I feel like you could technically get a pretty good receiver at 55. What was running back?
James Robinson is the next one.
not bad. I would go, just me, guys, I would either take Prescott knowing that you're locking in a top 5 QB, or if you want to get another positional player, I would go James Robinson.
We in agreement, Dustin? You want to go running back here, and then we'll swing for the fences and hope Prescott makes it back to us next round?
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, let's do that. James Robinson is going to be our pick as soon as we resume this draft here. And then we're going to pray and hope Lockett did go next.
Herbert.
TJ Hawkinson went before the end of that round, too. And then it does make it back around to us. And Mr. Dakota Prescott is there, guys. So he's already locked it in.
6th round, that was a smash play right there.
Yep. Now that Prescott's fully healthy, from what we're hearing, there's no restrictions. Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers do go shortly after him, so we would have been kind of getting those later QB picks. It's back on us again, guys. Chase Edmonds went off the board. Raheem Mostert or some of the running backs that did go before there. I think we're leaning probably more towards either a tight end or a wide receiver at this point, correct? Unless y'all got somewhere else y'all are thinking.
No, I mean, I'm personally thinking wide receiver. Once those first 5 tight ends go, I just don't really show that much value until later rounds.
Yeah, agreed. You could wait until pretty much double digits if you wanted to.
What do you guys think about Waddle? I'm loving Waddle this year.
Too many mouths to feed there, I think. It's too. I mean, you got Parker, you got Will Fuller, you got Gesicki. I think he's really the 4th option there. But I mean, he is a first-round rookie. I mean, he could.
I think PPR. I think Waddle's a great pick, but I think you can get him a couple more. We're in the 6th. We're in the 7th right now. I think you could probably get him in the 9th, if not 10th. I think we got some time on Waddle.
Okay.
If you click on specifics, running back, wide receiver, I doubt running back's going to have anything other than Chase Edmonds.
Yeah, you got Trey Sermon there, Michael Carter, Damian Harris, who we talked about earlier, who has crept up some draft boards here.
We're in that range of guys you're drafting if you maybe only invested 1 pick in the first 4 or 5.
Or if you're holding and you're waiting for a quarterback, tight end till the end of the draft, I mean, this is where you start padding your bench with some of your guys too. You fortify that bench spot. But I think we're
PPR
still
league, wide receiver
here, guys. I think that's what we're looking at. We just got to come to an agreement on one. We got Courtney Sutton, the Brenham, Texas boy there. Then Jalen Waddle, who Dustin had mentioned. Robbie Anderson, who got a huge contract early last week. Should be pretty valuable there in Carolina. What are you guys thinking? What names jump out to y'all?
Oof.
Okay, Craig made a noise. Dustin, it's on you.
I mean, to me, it's either Sutton or Waddle.
It's the 79th pick. So I'm going Sutton or Debo. Well, Robbie Anderson, any one of those 3 guys. Brandon Cooks, but Tyrod Taylor, I can't get on board with that.
Debo, if anybody cares about my opinion, is on my do not draft list this year. And I don't put too many people on there, but
because of injury?
Yeah, I can't do it. The guy's
burned one too many times.
Yep.
All right, well, Sutton it is, dude. That guy's a stud.
Yep, we'll go Courtney Sutton here, and he seems like he's going to play this last preseason game too, so we'll see him out there, get a little action coming back from that ACL injury. So he is our pick, and we roll on to the 8th round. How are we feeling so far, guys?
Roll on.
Doing pretty good. I mean, we're keeping 3-3. We got our quarterback.
I think we're just. I think we're staying with the best player available.
I wish my Saturday draft could have gone like this, boy. This is awesome.
We're not reaching. Guys, these are the things to remember while you're drafting. Don't panic. Don't reach. All right, guys, back on us for round 8. Dustin, where's your mindset at here on where we should be looking?
I mean, I keep going back to the 0 running back situation, draft strategy. These rounds is where you're gonna find the wide receivers that are gonna produce. So I don't really want to go back-to-back wide receivers, but
No, I mean, I think this is a chance to kind of pat our bench here. Sutton doesn't get out of the gates. You know, most people come back from those ACL injuries. It takes them about the second half of the season until they get going.
Remember, and I know y'all know this because we've talked about it, but the top 10 or top 15 running backs in PPR are going to do really well. But after that, the drop-off, the average points per game, it's such a huge, drastic number versus wide receiver. It's just you just have a better chance of hitting.
Yeah.
You know, so if you're looking for the 200-plus fantasy points, specifically in PPR, yeah, let's double down. Well, it would be our fourth receiver, but yeah, let's
take a glance real quick at if I think we would be leaning Waddle here, right? Or Chenault, or what are you guys thinking? Or even Corey Davis.
Ooh, man.
Craig's my guy. Man
he's
crush.
definitely a my guy right there. That's where are we at? What number are we at? 779, 90? We're at 90. So
Craig, you want to give a real quick pitch for Corey Davis and give him the fantasy community that your nugget?
Okay, here's the nugget. I'm going to give you all this, even though I've still got 4 drafts left. But okay, so if you want to talk about last year's wide receivers, I'll try to do this as quickly as possible. You're talking about DK Metcalf, who showed out at the end of his rookie season. You got Calvin Ridley, basically the same. Justin Jefferson, who balled out, and then Stephon Diggs. All 4 of those guys were drafted in the 6th rounds or later last season. Maybe you spent a 5th-round pick on one of those guys, but all 4 of them returned bukus of value for your roster. So what do they have in common? Well, there's some variables here that they have bad defenses. Maybe not Buffalo defense, but they were in a lot of shootouts, higher scoring games. They also have competent quarterbacks. Guys like Kirk Cousins we know can support a wide receiver 1. Matt Ryan, Russell Wilson. Josh Allen has proven after last season that he's more than capable. They were physically gifted wide receivers. If they could, a 31-year-old Julio Jones had a young Calvin Ridley in his 2nd, 3rd season, somebody who could run routes, get open. It was amazing. DK Metcalf, the physical specimen, to the route running Tyler Lockett.
So now we're Corey
This
Davis.
season, you're looking for a capable quarterback with a bad defense who is just more talented than his counterparts in that wide receiving room. It's Corey Davis. Chenault would be a second guy that I would be looking at, but Corey Davis, he showed last year that he is what a former first-round top 10 wide receiver can be. So, yeah, they spent the money in New York, and if I was going to throw a 6th or a 7th, in this case, is it the 8th round dart for me? I would definitely want to lock in Corey Davis. You could play the game of his ADP and his ranks, which I'm staring at 111 Corey Davis. I think if we're 90, 91 right now, at the 8-6, I think Corey Davis is a great value right here.
So just to add on a little bit what Craig said, I am all in on Chenault this year. I am a huge fan. However, you said to look for key factors, and one of them being the quarterback situation, which I hope Lawrence has a great career, but we don't know how he's going to perform.
Well, I mean, Zach Wilson, too. I mean, technically, they took Lawrence first.
And I'm glad
Wilson
you
second.
said that. Justin Jefferson had Kirk Cousins. He had a veteran, capable quarterback.
Right.
So, in this case, Corey Davis is a veteran wide receiver who has already done it, already shown he can do it, even though he's got a rookie QB. That's what would set the 2 apart for me, Chenault or Corey Davis.
Right.
Well, guys, do y'all want me to be the tiebreaker? Dustin goes Chenault, you go Davis?
Sure.
I go Antonio right now.
Also, another great pick at 92.
We'll go Chenault here because let's play the ADP game and see if we can get both. So, guys, sometimes you got to take risk in drafts. Sometimes,
it's so fun when you can hit both players.
The thrill of the case, or the thrill of the chase. Sometimes,
have your cake and eat it too.
Yeah, who doesn't like cake?
Who doesn't love cake?
I love cake.
Alrighty, guys. So Antonio Brown does go,
We got him.
He does make it back to us. I think we scoop up Corey Davis here, and we're stacking up some wide receivers.
We are.
Yep.
That's
And
our 5th wide receiver.
Yep, and we're getting pretty thin on tight end here, guys, too. We might want to take a glance at that soon. Craig, what are you thinking right now as far as where we're at in the draft versus where we're sitting with tight end? Would you
Kicker.
begin to push a little bit now, or still is it just still the waiting game? This is a 15-round draft, and we're in the 10th.
Oh man, those tight ends. Robert Tonyan and Gesicki are in a tier for me. They're both going. So really, there's the
Higbees. That's where I would go.
That's the last guy.
That's the last of the Mohicans.
Yeah, if you said a second tier, potential top 5 guy, he's about the only one that can really get in there is Higbee.
Yeah, I saw the names running off the board in these last couple of rounds after we took ours and even before that. And that's like, I was hoping Higbee was still there. I'm glad to see that. Now, Dustin, do we want to go with Higbee or what's your feeling?
Let's do it. I mean, we're loaded on wide receiver. We got our running back core, so we can definitely wait on that at least one more round to maybe take a shot at running back somewhere else, maybe a rookie or something like that, a younger player. I think this is where you fill out what you need. And right now we need a tight end.
Yeah, and a high-powered offense he's going to be a part of. So, I mean, there's some mouths to feed there, but, I mean, he's going to get his, I think.
We passed on Henderson. We missed on Woods and Kupp, and you always want to target high-powered offenses. So, yeah, I would definitely go with Higbee.
All righty, Higbee it is, guys. Dustin will get this draft going back again and select Mr. Higbee, and then now we roll on to the 11th round. We will take kicker and a defense just to show you, we're going to keep it true to a real draft. Yes, in the last 2 rounds, of course. And it's back to us. Let's take a glance at our running backs here is where I would start to kind of maybe take a look. We're kind of bulked up on wide receivers. What are we seeing, guys?
There's one guy.
Yeah, there's definitely one guy that. If what you're looking for. So guys like Nyheim Hines, Gus Edwards, Tony Pollard, Jamal Williams, Phillip Lindsay, J.D. McKissick, Murray, Chuba Hubbard. So if you were looking for a running back that you could actually plug in your lineup, I would go with Hines, McKissick, somebody who Jamal Williams, somebody who knows going to be involved in the offense, especially for a full-point PPR league. I would also strongly encourage, if you have a running back that you were able to draft in the first round or second, possibly, that
stole my thunder,
that you have a handcuff for, somebody who is going to produce almost as good, if not as good, as your RB1/RB2, and then Tony Pollard would be our guy. We haven't looked at wide receiver tight end yet, but yes, I would definitely be leaning towards Tony Pollard just to make sure we have an RB1 locked in.
Right.
Yeah, full point PPR. I mean, Jamal Williams would definitely be on my radar right here big time, but we'll play the ADP game and see maybe if we can get him back. But Dustin,
we're all thinking
secure the handcuff here.
Yep, secure the handcuff.
Cool time to ever have
wide
a handcuff.
receiver tight end or wide receiver. We don't want to look at it.
Yeah, we can glance at wide receiver.
Darnell Mooney.
Elijah
Moore. Oh, this is easy.
Mecole Hardman. I mean, those are Mooney and Hardman.
Flyers. They're flyers.
No, these guys could be top 20.
Mooney? I like Mooney.
I mean, all it takes is, we don't hope for any injury, but all it takes is one injury there at the Chiefs. If Kelsey goes down or Hill, and Hardman should be a top 20 guy.
Hardman. How many years has he been in the league? This is his 4th?
I think 3rd. You might be right with the 4th, but hey, Corey Davis. Great things take time. All right.
Corey Davis is the one.
I'll move along. He is now the one. He wasn't back then.
Hardman's fighting for the 3rd.
So it's back on us again after we took Higbee, and now we're going to say back on us
Pollard.
again. We're taking Pollard here, and then we're gonna let it jump back around to us here, and we'll have our 12th pick. So far, so good, guys, on the draft, though. I think.
Oh man, you couldn't hope for this. Is like I said, the 7th pick is just perfect.
Yeah. It's a little bit of a, dream
It was
scenario
randomized.
here.
It was randomized.
Yeah.
We
We
randomized
should have changed it
it.
because the 7th is nice.
Alrighty, so not much really came off the board right before there. I'll let you guys kind of look it over. We got two more picks.
Tyler Bass, man.
2 more picks until we got to take our kicker and defense are the last 2 picks, guys. So where y'all leaning now?
2 picks left to take the best options for Flyers, guys that can, just over the green. monster
So right here
out
for
of the
me, there's one guy two guys really standing out. And these are rounds that I don't mind taking a shot. If I miss, it's not a big deal.
Probably know
I'll
where
pick
you're
up
going.
somebody on a waiver. But I think we go our backup quarterback here, and we either pick up Justin Fields or Trey Lance. Both of them have outstanding upside, and if they don't pan out, we can move them on the waiver.
I don't recommend ever drafting if you spent so much of your value in your draft on a top 5 QB like we think we have, and we spent a top 5 pick. Or no, we got him in the 6. We got Dak in the 6. So, but Dak coming off of the injury, Dak coming off of the shoulder issue during the preseason. I mean, and the crazy upside that especially Trey Lance could have, but even Justin Fields too. Justin might even get on the field quicker. Craig, I mean, are you for this too?
Who do we think's going to get on the field quicker between the 2?
Fields.
Fields will remain on
We
the
don't
field.
think Garoppolo goes anywhere in the next week, or is it too late for any of that?
I think it's too late, but when Lance gets in there, he's coming like a wrecking ball.
Okay.
I would sing the song, but I don't sound like Miley.
Okay, well, I guess if Fields gets on the field first, then that would be the pick.
So
wide receiver Hardman. I mean, we're looking at Flyers. So if you want to take the QB now, I think that's a good smart
guys,
play
this
too.
is a spot where you take guys that you love, or you've done your research on, or guys we might have mentioned that pop in your head that. Hey, I remember Craig said this guy late would be good. Like Mooney last round, we had a shot on. That's another guy that if he's still sitting here, look out for him. I will throw one name out here from, we don't want to lean so much on preseason, but Marquez Callaway. Are we thinking about him maybe with one of these last picks, guys? It's a guy that's going to, you're going to have to look for here with ADP because his ADP hasn't quite made it back to what has happened this last week.
And now I got Josh in my head talking about spending a 6th round pick, a high pick on a quarterback, and you just want to load up on all the positional players after that. Technically, we could double down on a tight end because we waited so late for Higbee, but Troutman's going to be out for a couple weeks. I'm looking at the Jets. Tyler Croft, I think his name is. But when I see wide receiver, there's one name that sticks out for me.
McCole Hardman. No, just kidding.
It should be Mecole Hardman, but
Somebody who sticks out as the
Russell Gage.
wide receiver 1 in an offense that you would want to invest in.
You're going to share this name with us.
I know that when Wentz signed with Indy, T.Y. came out and said, all right, baby, like, we got a deep ball again in Indy. Like, that's where they were with Phillip Rivers, was he knew he wasn't getting anything over 25 yards, 30 yards tops. So, whether
Sure, the quote wasn't, "Oh man, we got a deep ball thrower for a couple weeks here in Indy." When when Wentz goes down.
All right, well, if y'all want to take a QB, and then we can look at wide receiver.
Yeah,
again in the
let's
next
have
round.
fun with the folks here. We should, these guys like Fields and Lance, you should be looking late especially if you took a later quarterback, pair them together.
Yeah.
These are guys that could pop big time, especially with their ability to rush. They could sneak in that top 10. 4-point passing league. Yeah, you definitely would like that running quarterback.
Josh, make the pick.
All right, no, you said Justin Fields will get on the field first. No pun
Heck
intended.
yeah.
We'll take Justin Fields, and we're gonna roll along. We'll take one more pick here.
Trey Lance goes right behind him.
Yep.
Yep.
We'll take one more pick that we'll agree on, and then it'll be defense and kicker, and we'll just let it auto for us on that. We don't really care. It is on us for our last pick, guys. Who are we taking?
Do we want to secure a backup?
We don't have a single
Tight
other
end.
running back other than, I mean, I don't know. I think we should glance at running back, but also I feel okay at tight end with Higbee. I don't like to double dip on tight end and quarterback in a draft, either one or the other.
Especially when it's later, you always feel like if you miss on one, you're going to miss on both. I mean,
Yeah.
you can. If you don't, it's fine too.
Who we feeling at running back then?
Oh, well.
I mean, we could go and
Tevin
get a
Coleman
backup.
could be the potential starter there. I always lean with him as a late pick, guys. And if y'all want to keep that in the back of y'all's mind when y'all
PPR
draft.
format, Gio Bernard could be James White in Tampa. That's a solid pick. Alexander Madison, if something were to happen to Cook. We don't have Cook, so I'm not real big on. I don't like handcuffing guys that aren't yours. That's me. I've been through it. I've thought it out. I've done it, but right now I don't like I don't like looking at my lineup every week going,
Is
I'm just hanging on to this guy.
The two?
Yeah. McKissick to Antonio Gibson. Yeah, Peyton Barber's still there as of right now, but McKissick could have standalone value in a PPR format.
Yeah, let's go McKissick here with our last pick, guys. So that way we secure both our starting running backs, just in case if something happens. And yeah, you got to be feeling pretty good even getting McKissick that late. I mean, that's pretty
Absolutely.
amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll let the rest of the draft pan out here, and we'll let it take our defensive kicker. Dustin will select a random defensive kicker here for us. But guys, how are we feeling about our team? You want to run through it again real quick, Craig? Our team, our squad.
Smoked it, man. Smoked this draft. That's Zeke in the first, Antonio Gibson in the second, Allen Robinson in the third, CeeDee Lamb in the fourth, James Robinson in the fifth, Dak Prescott in the sixth, Courtney Sutton in the seventh. Then we went Chenault, Corey Davis, Tyler Higbee, Tony Pollard, Justin Fields, and McKissick. So again, to point out, we have both of our handcuffs to RB1, RB2. I mean, you can't, and a wide receiver core. You're only going to start two of them, maybe three.
I think that's the biggest issue is finding out who you're going to start that week.
Sure. We could, those are problems I would love to have.
Absolutely.
Well, guys, yeah, I'm feeling the squad. I think it's looking really good. If we can pull off drafts like this, I think we would. I think I would value this team probably as the number one. But hey, you guys, y'all check it out. Take a glance at all the squads. Maybe somebody thinks Team 4 is better or Team 5, but let us know.
Yeah.
Let us know on Twitter at FF House Show. Follow us on there. We're still, and then also subscribe on YouTube and like the video, guys. We're trying to get to 50 subscribers. You get to 50, you follow us on Twitter. We're gonna give away a cool autograph. We're gonna randomly select it, DM you, and send it to you.
And who doesn't like free stuff? I
know,
especially
exactly.
signed
autographed
free stuff.
NFL stuff.
Yeah. No, give me free all day.
Dustin, where can they find us at on Facebook and Instagram?
Free 99.
Facebook is going to be Fantasy Football House. Instagram is going to be fantasy_football_house.
Alrighty, and then on Twitter again is at FF House Show, guys. Craig, your Twitter handle in case anybody wants to give you a follow.
True Blue the Third. That is True Blue III.
Dustin?
Mine is Nice Guy Gaming 16.
And mine is Playmakers with the Z 88. Guys, it's been a great episode. Got another fire mock draft here done for a 12-team full PPR.
Absolutely.
Might be able to get one more done before kickoff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
We're gonna sneak in one more before that Labor Day weekend when a lot of your drafts. I would say probably about 60 to 70% of people draft then. So yeah, guys. Other than that, we got the giveaway going on right now too for the first 50 subscribers.
Hey, remember we're gonna let you pick, okay? If it's if you're a Cowboys fan, Des Bryant, Sean Lee, Drew Pearson, we got names, okay?
Dustin, anything else we're missing here? Any cool new stuff we got on the horizon?
The Discord is going to be down in the description. Definitely go check that out. It's a quick and easy way to talk to any one of us at any given time. We're going to get some graphics that we're all super excited about here shortly. Yeah. So big things on the horizon.
Yeah, the Discord's going to be huge too, guys, for the season, for in season. Once we get to that point during week 1 and on, like for start sit, any questions that you have, any quick lineup decisions you need to make. I mean, that's how you can access us the quickest. Alrighty, guys. Well,
thanks for stopping by the house.
Leave your shoes at the door.
Fantasy Football House, guys. Good night. We'll see y'all next time.